Hey, what's up, guys? Um, really excited to share this next piece with you. Young man that I met a couple of years back, avid tennis player growing up, really studied the game, got immersed in the game, and had something happen, and he's made the best of his situation since. So, really excited to share his story with everyone. And um, so, yeah, this is Marc Krajekian.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, then I have a back surgery scheduled right after. So
I hope it goes well.
yeah, I appreciate you, man. Um, so Mark, I met you 2018.
Yeah.
Growing up a little bit, and your mom actually reached out to me through a mutual friend, my name Jeff as well. And I know you grew up avid tennis player. I saw videos on you and how you really studied the game. You were immersed in the game.
Yeah.
um, you had something happen and you dealt with it. And we're trying to figure out a way to get back into tennis and what options were available to you. So your mom flew me out. And I guess the two things that I learned about you most quickly is that you are very athletic and you enjoy octopus. So it was nice being able to sit down with all of you guys for dinner, that evening and, chat and kind of tell a little bit about, adaptive tennis and kind of what's going on now. But for you, as a tennis player, right? You're
Yeah.
growing up and just enjoying tennis. How was it after you recovered from cancer and started to get back into playing tennis and just immersing yourself in that world again? How was that for you?
Well, of course, I had to learn how to walk first and everything, and that took a while, but I was on track faster than I would have been. And I started doing tennis like I think 6 months after my amputation, which wasn't expected. And I got back, and I don't know, I was rusty at first, but few balls later, it felt back home, it felt natural. I'd been doing it almost my whole life. So it just felt like second nature. So, and I started, and slowly I started playing more and more and more. And with the footwork and everything, I started getting better footwork, and it took lots of practice and training and everything to get back to normal. But it was definitely a great experience. But
And so a lot of people don't really understand and recognize until you get put in the situation how hard it is to
yeah.
get back to where you were with the footwork, like you said, even with
Mhm.
conditioning, different uses of energy. So bravo to you, sir. First of all, it's
Thank you.
very hard to do. I know you're an inspiration to a lot of people, and I hope you don't take that as just like, you're an inspiration, but a lot of people really look at you and say, hey, good for him for keeping going. But so I know before I met you, you got a chance to hit with Roger Federer.
Yeah.
I'm trying to name drop here. How was that experience?
It was crazy. Like I didn't expect it at all. We went to the U.S. Open, and um, I was excited because we got to go to the practice courts, which already was a big deal for me. I'd always watched all the pros and everyone practice there, especially Roger. And we were walking, and I see this one big tall guy. I look, and he turns around, and it was Roger. And I started freaking out, and I got so excited, and he was really nice. And it was, I think, only a few hours before his match, and he was really nice. He gave me advice in tennis and just in life, and we got to hit some, and I really enjoyed it, and I'll never forget that experience he gave me. So
Yeah, well, I mean, that's good. Memories like that, things can get tough every once in a while. So it's good to have those nice positive memories during those tough
yeah.
times where you can, kind of look back. I found myself sometimes like, when I'm laid up in the hospital or I'm going through medical stuff or just
Mhm.
in that mental funk, that is good to have those memories. So But
Yeah.
hey, can we still call you the young king now that you're out of the Queen City?
Why not?
Yeah, I wore some purple for you here. Color of royalty there, sir. But yeah, we'll still call you the young king. But so do you think like afterwards and getting back into tennis, um, you just continue playing tennis as you were with your friends and in leagues, but there was also something offered to you where you could play tennis standing on a prosthetic leg against other people like yourself. Do you think that would have been something that, first of all, that you would have enjoyed to try? And second of all, do you think it would have helped, benefited you?
Well, I would definitely try, I like to try things and stuff like that. But for me, I don't like to, I like to push myself to different things. So I would always try my best and probably play and maybe even beat people with two legs or so I think it would be a great experience, but I would, I like to push myself and I think I'm able to. I was gifted, like I had it at a young age. I lost my leg at a young age. I was below the knee, so much more I have much more movement than I would have if I was above the knee. So I think that it would have been a good experience, but I think since I was able to and I had um, I was lucky, I think I would be fine just with kids with two legs, and it turned out that I was, and I was beating people and everything with only one leg. So
Yeah, well, I mean, absolutely, and that's great. Good for you keeping that confidence and wanting to push yourself. That's a mentality, and so good for you doing that. Um, but kind of the work that we're doing right now with adaptive standing tennis. So when I came to visit you and Charlotte, and we had some chances to talk and hit for just a little bit, even though I couldn't hit for a while. What was your kind of initial take in, and was it confusing at all about what I know adaptive standing tennis is like a long, like phrase, but was any of that confusing to you? Like, how did you process that?
no, I really like it. I mean, because with many sports, they just they don't really show awareness to people with like to amputees and everything. Like um but I really like the idea, it's different, and how they can, we can have our own league and everything, and I really liked it. So I love the idea, and no, it wasn't confusing at all. I thought it was really cool, and yeah, it was I liked the idea. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Well, to be honest with you, I think it's going to take a little bit more time in the future, but hopefully when you're my age and if you decided what you want to do and you grow up yet.
Now I'm liking, kind of like business and stuff, and the idea of like selling things and marketing and everything. And when like with all this stuff I've been through, I feel like I could release like products and stuff that um like for prosthetic help people with prosthetic legs and stuff, because I've been through it. So like I can give tricks and make products that help me, that I made. And for tennis, for boxing, just everything. So I think with my experiences, I could release stuff that help people a lot. So
Yeah. Hey, 1 second here. I know this is a high quality video, films. We're spending a lot of money on equipment. Tonker, get over here. Dogs, man. But no, yeah. So I think you're going to be kind of primed at a good age where a lot of people are starting to, this is starting to gain a lot of traction. There's more people noticing, and just things have to get set up that a lot of people don't understand. Like if you're in the inside working, that with adaptive standing tennis and just adaptive tennis in general, that if you're under the USTA, the governing body of tennis, that there's a lot of, they cover the whole spectrum of adaptive tennis and can't just focus on one area. So adaptive sports,
Yeah.
I always try to advocate for them in any type, because it's helpful. You get out there and meet others like yourself, get exercise, gives you endorphins, and
Yeah.
all that good stuff. It's just, funding, man. It's
Yeah.
that's the thing everything comes down to. Um, so now boxing. Talk to me.
Boxing. It's great. I got into it around last year, during quarantine, and I watched, ever since I was like really young. My dad had shown me all the Rocky movies and everything. I always liked it, and I think one time for Halloween I dressed up as him and everything. Um, and then, during a rough time in my life, I during quarantine, I think it was rough for everyone and everything. I had rewatched it, but now since I'm older, I actually understand the real meaning behind it and the actual story. So I told my mom I wanted to try it. So she took me, and I started it, and I immediately just fell in love with it and everything. And um, at first I was doing it just because, I had liked the sport, and I just had watched all these movies and stuff. But then slowly and slowly, like, I had seen how much like hard work I was putting in and how fast I was improving. So just recently I've started to take it seriously. And but it's really a great sport, and it's more of like an art and science rather than just what most people think is just punching someone else. But yeah, I work very hard, and my goals for it are big. So
Right? No, hey, that's good, man. Shoot for the stars. So getting punched in the face, was that first time you're talking about getting punched? How was that?
I mean, I've done some sparring and stuff now, and you get used to it. I mean, first time it feels like you're in a car accident. Next time it's a little less, and then less, and then
Yeah.
less. But
So you give them the 2-piece and a biscuit on the
yeah.
side? Yeah. No, but I tell you what, I have been really impressed with, man. I follow you, I follow your progress, and another goal of mine is every generation, when it comes to like amputees or those with disabilities, we're just trying to make progress to improve life and fix things so others can have it easier than us. Transitions won't be as hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I hope that just with boxing, I've just been incredibly impressed watching some of your
Thank you.
Instagram videos. People don't understand how hard that is, what you're doing on your prosthesis, balancing on that rope. That this is made for kids. I can't curse, but like that's tough, man.
Yeah.
So as far as the footwork, do you think that being involved with tennis and having that background has helped you with your boxing?
Oh yeah, I think it really has, because in boxing they say, footwork wins fights. So I think tennis really helped me a lot with that. Instead of just coming directly into boxing without like kind of like completely different sport, or just maybe not even any like athletic background. But I think tennis really helped me a lot. And one of my strong points actually in boxing is my footwork. So yeah, it did really help me with it. Yeah.
Good, good. Let's see here. So just with adaptive standing tennis, do you like follow any of the guys? Or I know that just through mutual friends was able to hook you up, and you got the experience of not only hitting with Roger, but you got to play with Rafa a little bit
Yeah.
too on the clay, exchange a little bit. Who hits the better ball?
There you can't really say who's better because each has different styles, and
Yeah.
so I think Roger, he has lots of finesse, and he comes to the net very well and stuff. And Roger, I mean, Rafa hits really hard and strong, and it's really hard to return his balls and stuff. So
Yeah.
each is a great champion, and each has different styles, so no one's better than the other.
Well, that's great that you're able to, recognize that. Once again, kind of just reiterates you being a great student of whatever you get into. So with adaptive standing tennis, can you name 5 adaptive standing tennis players?
Oof.
Ooh,
Put me on the
marketing, this
spot.
is you guys. Uh-huh.
Put me on the spot.
Yeah.
I know Jeff Burns. That's the
You
only
met,
one I need to know.
you met Ivan.
Yes, yeah, oh yes, I did. Yeah.
Yeah. How was that meeting with Ivan?
He was really nice. He was actually the one that had helped connecting me to Rafa. So
Yeah.
he was really nice, and we had hit a little bit together, and talked, and he gave me some advice, with my prosthetic leg. Because when I met him, I had just been pretty new to it and everything. I'd been on the tennis court for a while, but I was still, testing legs, changing my legs every few months and stuff. So he gave me some tips for it and everything. And yeah, he has a really inspiring story as well. So
Yeah, no, absolutely. And he and I actually talked early last week, and I was like, man, I'm really happy Mark's doing what he loves, because I believe, hey, follow the sport that you enjoy, you're passionate about, put everything into it. Also, strong believer in, multi sports and mixing everything, in together. How, just being a great athlete, good, very athletic. But I was talking with Ivan a little bit more, and he was. I never really ask anyone their backstory as far as like when I meet another amputee, just family kind of thing. And
yeah.
but he told me about his motorcycle or his accident, and when he came in and what was offered to him. So he's a really big advocate for adaptive standing tennis and just adaptive tennis in general, and has just been really cool about putting his name out there and allowing opportunities for people coming up. But yeah, man, we as we need to work on getting other players' names out there stuff for other future kids and just people in general to be able to say, hey, I can still play tennis, right? Because that's when you were
Yeah.
coming out of treatment and getting fitted with your prosthesis, you just want to play tennis again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, it's great that, you're a young advocate, man. And believe it or not, you're probably one of the biggest influencers, if you will, influencer on helping to grow this modality of play. And not just that, but improving quality of care for kids, inclusion, just, the whole nine. So, hats off to you again. And
Thank you. Thank you.
let's see. But so you talked about you wanted to make products and things like that in the future. You're not looking to do something like your dad, be a surgeon.
Well, I wanted to when I was younger, but now I feel that, everything's changing and stuff, with all these different products and businesses and metaverse and all these things, it got me really interested in that side of the world. And also boxing is like the whole thing is a business. And so if I was thinking, I could mix in the boxing world with the business world and everything. So yeah, that maybe I may change my mind, but right now that's the plan right now.
Yeah, you just whatever makes you happy and whatever you enjoy. That's how people to get after. And I know you're gonna do great, man. In every anything that you do. Let's say that there's someone watching this right now, child, maybe around the age that you were going through amputation, or maybe like 10 years old, or maybe someone in their 20s. What advice would you give to that individual, coming into life on a prosthesis?
I think it's very hard, your life just changed, so I think it's important to surround yourself with positive things, like people, family, friends, and just do things you enjoy. When I was in the hospital, I had all my friends visiting me from school, family and everything, and it really helped me, take my mind off of all the bad stuff that was going on at the time, like the chemo and the side effects and all that stuff. So it really helped me, and I did stuff I enjoyed, like video games and movies and all that stuff. So
Right.
just basically surround yourself with positive things and positive energy, and you'll start to be more positive, and it takes your mind off of stuff that's going on in your life. So
Right, absolutely. So I know, just to add to your resume here, you're what, a pilot, or do you have your certification yet? But I see you flying planes, sir.
yeah, one time, yeah.
Okay. How was that?
it's fun. I mean, not many people can say that they flew a plane, but it was really cool. Yeah, it was an experience I'll never forget.
That's awesome. Yeah, I always wanted to as a kid, but you know, at the time, just with how things were, that you know, if you're an amputee, that oh, thanks, sorry, you know, kind of one of those. So, but things are changing now, so you know
Yeah.
that's really good. Um, but just in this whole thing of like your resume and what you've done, I know you're a world traveler. You guys go. You're from Lebanon, right?
Yeah.
Lebanese background.
Yeah.
Is it Lebanese? Am I pronouncing it right?
Lebanese. Yeah,
There you go.
Lebanese.
Uh, so have you noticed, like, going to different countries, you know, kids or adults, or like, have you noticed like a difference in the way people treat you because you have a prosthetic leg?
um, well, so usually in the United States, it's more common than other places to see an amputee just walking around. So, people, I guess they got more used to it and everything. So of course you'll get looks, but they'll look and they'll just look away right after. But I mean, for example, like on the other side of the world where it's not, as common, where you don't see someone with one leg or one arm or no legs or no arms or something every day. Um, it's strange, so I'll get strange looks sometimes, and sometimes comments, but I've gotten used to it, and I'm proud of it. So I don't let that affect me. So yeah, and you can't really care what people think your whole life. You just gotta move on and be proud of what you are and who you are. So that's I learned that very early on. Like, I used to be, like shy of it and everything, but over time, I started to be more proud of it and just forget what they say. So
Yeah, absolutely. I think you hit on a key note there, that everything takes time, and that's something that everyone can relate and empathize and understand with. But hey, man, I want to say thank you for your time and coming on here. I'm going to be following you, and I'm always an email or phone call away. But
all
keep
right,
up the good stuff at the boxing, and we'll
thank
do
you.
this again sometime. Yeah.
All right, for sure.
All right, buddy. Hey, you tell your mom and dad that to say hello, and hopefully we can
I
get
will.
together again. And I mean, I'm not that big on octopus, but hey, if we try it, you know, I'm there, sir. So, anyways, respect. Take care of yourself,
Thank you.
and we'll see you around. Okay.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Yep.
I guess I forgot to say subscribe and like as well. Thanks.